Allah Azza wa Jal has described the day of judgment with different names. يوم القيامة, الآخرة, الساعة, الحاقة. So many names. My life is actually synonymous to time. Allah Azza wa Jal swore in the Quran by al-Fajr, by al-Asr, by al-Duha, by the day, by the night. And Allah Azza wa Jal, when He swears by wal-Asri, inna al-insana lafi khusr, He tells us the importance of time and that all man is in loss unless they utilize their time in what gets them closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. If you look at the non-Muslims, you will find that they themselves, though they do not seek getting closer to Allah, because mostly they do not believe in Allah, you find that the Muslims utilize their time to the best of their ability. If you go to places where they have public transportation, if you go to the UK, to use the tube, or to the US, use the underground, or public services, buses, train, you will be shocked to find them always opening a book and reading. While Muslims, they eat these seeds, spoiling everywhere, looking around, doing nothing for 5 hours. Subhanallah. Why time is so cheap for you and so valuable for them? You find them do whatever is possible to get educated. So you ask a non-Muslim, how many books have you read this year? No, 120 only. I haven't read 120 books in my life. And this guy is, what is this, crazy? And I make fun of him. He's a bookworm. For me, no, I drink like a fish, I smoke like a chimney, and I do other things like rabbits. Subhanallah. What is this? This is what we brag about, and this is what they brag about, their knowledge. How many books they've read, how many novels, how many, they utilize their time. And this is not in their religion, but it is in my religion. The Prophet said, if the day of judgment is cold, meaning now, this moment is the day of judgment, and in your hand is a small tree you were about to plant, do not let it down, rather plant it. One would say, what's the point in planting it when it's day of judgment? Because this is in your system. This is what's supposed to be in your system, utilizing time. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, the son of Adam, you and me, will not be dismissed from before his Lord, on the day of resurrection until he has been questioned about 5 things. So get ready. Every one of you will be asked 5 questions in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. These are different to the questions in your grave. What are these questions? Number 1, his life and how he spent it, his youth and how he used it, his wealth and how he earned it, and how he disposed of it, and how he acted upon what he acquired of knowledge. Allah will ask you about your life. Where did you spend it? The time. Where did you spend your time? About your youth. Where did you utilize it? And as Al-Hasan al-Basri says, may Allah have mercy on his soul, O son of Adam, you are merely days. Every day that passes by, some of you is also gone. So our lives on This earth is like a calendar. Every day we take one paper and we're happy. We're approaching the end of the year. It's Christmas and New Year's. We're going to have fun, not knowing that these are my life that I am taking out. And if you look at the Salaf, they found the real meaning of time and they appreciated it and they realized that it takes them straight to Jannah. Ibn Mas'ud says, may Allah be pleased with him, I do not like to see a man sitting idle, not working for the akhirah and not working for the dunya. Are there people among us who are like this? Sitting idle. What are you doing? Nothing. Just watching the ceiling. Counting how many ants are there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I lost count. I'll count again. Doing nothing. They have nothing to do except just look around. They have no objective. So they don't work for akhirah. They don't do tasbih, don't salat, they don't read the Quran, they don't learn knowledge, and they don't do things for their dunya. They don't work to earn money, to learn knowledge that benefits them or elevates their status at their work. And the Salaf had one ayah that was their compass. We are at the bottom of the list. Why? All the fortunes and wealth and natural resources come from Africa. But why are the Africans so far away from civilization and from leading the world? Because they don't want you to lead the world. And because you're Muslims. So Muslims do not utilize their time. They waste their time in useless things. The vast majority of Muslims, if we turn off, it's going to turn off by itself. If it turns off by itself and we pause for 3 minutes, what would the majority of Muslims do? Reach out and take their stupid, retard phones. Of course, some of you may call it smartphones. I call it retard. Because it makes the owner a retard. Yeah, this is 4 years old. It's okay. It works. It does what I need. It talks. What do we do when we open our mobile phones or PDAs? Immediately, Facebook, spend an hour. Doing what? I don't know. Someone posted something on the wall and then I go and check the owner of that person and I read his profile and I see what he commented. Are you spying? Are you stalking him? Shit, I don't have anything to do. Then you go to Twitter. And Twitter is an ocean without a shore. It will take 6 hours, 7 hours. Oh, I'm having fun. What did you learn? Nothing. Did you gain any muscles? No. Maybe in some different areas because you've been sitting. So your muscles are much bigger. Then what are you doing? Well, he's chit-chatting, biting, slandering. It's fun. Then you go to Instagram. And a'udhu billahi min Instagram. Instagram is for photographs. So, poses, showing your six-pack, or whatever they call it, and nudity, and inappropriate things. Ya akhi, you're a Muslim. You're supposed to lower your gaze. I know, Sheikh, but I have a lot of time. I don't know what to do except to waste it on these things. And then you go on to many different, like Snapchat and things that I don't know seriously about because I don't see these things. They don't fit me. Yes, I may write a post, I may answer questions, but I would not like to waste my time on such platforms that would only cause depression, stress, anxiety, envy, and different types of mental illnesses. When you see things that you cannot attain. You envy the way they live. Then you look in yourself at the mirror and say, but I'm a Muslim. My Islam tells me don't do this, don't do that. They are living the real life. No, it's not real. All of this is camouflage. All of this, these are lies. These are fame seekers. They want to be famous. They want to have thumbs up. They're wasting your time. They are snatching your life. Because you have become addicted. Seriously, when you want to know if you're addicted or not to social media, look at the first thing you do when you wake up from your sleep. You can barely even see it. I have just turned on, what are you doing? And this is problematic. So social media is something that is definitely diverting you away from the path of Allah, because 99.9%, like elections in many democratic countries, it will lead you away from Jannah, not to Jannah. And when you ask the youth, what are you doing? I am killing time. What did time do to kill you? What is the crime of time so that you would murder it? You know that people would buy time if they can. There are so many things to do in life that should not be wasted like this. Look at the Prophet ﷺ. Ibn Umar, Anas ibn Malik, all the companions say that we used to count 70 times in one gathering, and the Prophet seeks Allah's forgiveness. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. He says, I say it 100 times a day, alayhi salatu wasalam. Long ago, about 30 years ago, I used to call Sheikh bin Baz every single day for a duration of 2 to 3 years. Every single day I give him a call. And he used to sit between Maghrib and Isha in the Grand Masjid in Riyadh. So I used to call him from Jeddah with a list of questions, because I used to read a lot, and I had a long list of questions that I didn't have a sheikh. So who would I ask? I read something for Ibn Taymiyyah and it's gibberish. I don't understand what they're saying. So I write my list of questions, and I have bin Baz, bin Uthaymeen, Abu Bakr al-Jazairi, and other scholars, may Allah have mercy on their lives, and I call them on daily basis. But the issue is we did not have cell phones, and we did not have normal telephones. So it's all like dial telephones. Maybe most of you nowadays are so young they don't know how to operate a dial telephone. It's only digital and tone operating. So I used to call him every single day. He had 2 lines. One line, he answers. The other line, his assistant keeps on hold until he finishes so that he utilizes the time. By the time he finishes the first call and picks the second call, this 15 seconds duration, I can hear him on the phone saying, now, he answers. And he hands up and he gives. This is remembering Allah Azza wa Jal all of your time. And this is what we fail to do. My time is wasted from here to the car. Why don't I say astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah? What about when I go to the masjid? Why don't I do this? The companions used to utilize their time to the best. Abu Hurairah, Abdurrahman ibn Sakhr al-Dawsi, may Allah be pleased with him, used to divide the night into 3 types or 3 portions. 1/3 to study the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The second third to sleep, and the last third is to pray night prayer. Everything was divided and planned, and strategies were written. Al-Imam Hamad ibn Salamah, may Allah have mercy on his soul, his disciples, he's an Imam of the Sunnah wal Jama'ah, his students say, I had never seen him smiling. He's always busy, either teaching hadith, or reading, or making tasbih, or praying. He divided the day on this. We do 10% of that, and the 90% is in leisure. We want to have recreation. We want to refresh ourselves a little bit. Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, they said that he spent 40 years of his life writing and compiling 40 pages a day, every single day. Imagine, we fail to read 40 pages a day. He writes, he composes. He asked his disciples, would you like to write the history of the world? They said, okay, that's good. How many pages? He said, 30,000. He said, whoa, 30,000? That's a lot of pages. We can't do that. He said, subhanallah. And he wrote it in 3,000. And they said, are you up to making tafsir? You know, the greatest tafsir of Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, one of the greatest of Al-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah. And they said, how many pages? He said, 30,000. He said, no, this is too long. And he wrote it in 3,000 pages, Ibn Jarir al-Tabari. What did he do? Did he go to the gym? Did he spend time watching TV? Was he always on headphone? What are you doing? Listening to news. 24 hours listening to news? You listen to music. Who are you fooling? Did Ibn Jarir do this? Definitely not. He utilized his time, and this is why this resulted in a civilization that ruled the whole world once. Because the people in that civilization utilized and knew and appreciated the time. Hani, the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ, came to him and said, O Prophet of Allah, I am old, I am weak, and I cannot stand. So tell me something I can do while sitting. Now, usually the old people are not so concerned because they think they have a lot of credit. So they are just waiting to die. Hani is not of that type. She wants to get higher and higher and higher in Jannah, but her physique, her health is not helping. So she asked the Prophet ﷺ, give me something that is light in weight and high in value. So the Prophet said ﷺ, and you should learn this as well, so that I can get credited for it. I'm a businessman. You have to think like a businessman. You want to go to Jannah, you have to make as much or as many as good deeds as you can. And the easiest way for me to do that is to teach you. This hadith is authenticated by Imam al-Albani. What did he tell her? Number one, say Subhanallah 100 times. Difficult? Subhanallah, Subhanallah. What's the reward? The Prophet says, this is equivalent to freeing 100 slaves of the descendants of Prophet Ismail. Allahu Akbar. How long will it take? Exactly 1 minute and 46 seconds. 45, some can make it, but it doesn't take much. Subhanallah 100 times, equivalent to what? 100 slaves freed from the descendants of Ismail, full of gear, saddle, and food in the cause of Allah, fi sabilillah. Ya Sheikh, this is too much. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. And finally he said, say, La ilaha illallah, 100 times. The only phrase in Arabic that you can say without moving your lips. Have you ever thought of that? La ilaha illallah. No one sees it. No one knows about it. Because it's so easy, but it is as heavy as the heavens and the earth. So if I say this, what would that do to me? O Prophet of Allah, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, it shall fill what's between the heavens and the earth. Allah would give you hasanat. between the heavens and the earth, and no one on the day of judgment will come with better than what you had done, except someone did the same and added. So if you do this in 4 minutes, and then you say, Wallahi, 4 minutes is so little, I'm going to repeat it again. Then you will be better than someone who did it once. And if you do it 5 times, if you do it 10 times, if I fill my day with it, subhanallah, you will be among the most fortunate. How much time do you have? Moderator. Why are they coming when you leave? Which one? Yeah, Salah, Assalamu alaikum. Stevie? We have 10 minutes? Okay. So I will conclude in less than 10 minutes. In order for us to be on the path of Jannah, if you want to be the happiest person on earth, you must utilize your time. Yet, utilizing the time is not a very easy thing to say or to do. Theoretically, it's easy. But you need to learn to do time management. Because there are so many things. Sheikh, I would love to sit back, relax and say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah 1,000 times. But I have kids to attend to. I have a spouse to take care of. I have work to do. I have so many responsibilities. Then how can I do all of this at once? It's very easy. To whomever Allah Azza wa Jal makes it easy for. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, in his lifetime, 2 incidents took place. And the end conclusion were similar and alike. So there is a story which is authentic that took place between Salman al-Farisi and Abu Darda, whom the Prophet ﷺ made brethren. In the beginning, when the Prophet migrated to Medina, the people who migrated with him were stone broke, not a single penny. And the people of Medina were rich. They had farms, they had wealth, they had businesses. So the Prophet ﷺ made a brethren from the Ansar to the Muhajirin. So he made Salman al-Farisi a brethren to Abu Darda, though Salman is not from Medina itself, and he's not from Mecca itself. You know, he's from Persia. He made Sa'd ibn Rabi' the brother of Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, and you know the story of that. So Abu Darda went once to, Salman went once to the house of Abu Darda, and he wasn't there. But he found his wife. And this was before hijab. So Salman asked Abu Darda, why don't you take care of yourself? You don't look like a woman taking care of her husband. She said, what would I do with Abu Darda, your brother? He's fasting all day long and praying all night long, meaning that he has no time for hanky-panky. So why should I take care of myself? Now, this is one story. The other story, also in the Sahih, when Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with him, got his son, Abdullah ibn Amr, married to a reputable woman from Quraysh. And a couple of weeks later, he came to visit his daughter-in-law. And we know Amr ibn al-As is one of the most intellectual companions of the Prophet. Very smart, very intelligent, very witty. So he said, daughter, how is your husband doing with you? She said, MashaAllah, he's the best of all men. He fasts all day and he prays all night. MashaAllah, he's very righteous. Because she is from Quraysh, she doesn't nag. She doesn't complain like we do. So Amr understood the message and he went and spoke to the Prophet ﷺ complaining of his son. So the Prophet called Abdullah, come. how many times do you read the Quran? He said, I finish it once every day. Excuse me? He finishes it once every day in Salat, in Tahajjud. And he said, how many days do you fast? He said, I fast every single day. I don't miss a day. So the Prophet told him that this is not good. Finish the Quran once a month. He says, I can do more. Finish the Quran once every 20 days. Can I send more? Every 10 days. Every week. Every 3 days. And there is nothing better than that. What about fasting? Fast 3 days a month. He said, I can do more. Do this, do that. And then he reached fast every alternate day. 1 day on, 1 day off. He said, I can do more. He said, no, there's nothing better than that. This is the fasting of Dawood. Then the Prophet addressed him as Salman addressed Abu Darda. Salman, when he was home waiting for his brother to come, Abu Darda came. It was Maghrib time. He presented the food. Or before Maghrib, that is lunch. Pardon me. He presented lunch to Salman. He said, you're my guest, eat. He said, no, you eat first. He said, no, I'm fasting. He said, well, I will not eat until you break your fast. So he had lunch with him. After Isha, Abu Darda wanted to start praying. He said, hey, what are you doing? Said, what am I doing? Not pray. He said, now? No, go to sleep later. So every half an hour or so, Abu Darda wakes up, wants to pray. Salman is already awake. Says, no, not now. Until it was an hour before Fajr, Salman told him, come on, now let's pray. After they have finished, he addressed him with these statements. Like the Prophet ﷺ addressed Abdullah ibn Amr with these statements. These statements are the golden rule. And if you implement it in your life, you will be on the path to Jannah and you will be the happiest man on earth. What is this golden rule? The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, and so did Salman, Inna li rabbika alayka haqqa. Allah has rights over you. وَلِضَيْفِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا أَوْ لِزَوْرِكَ. And your guests have rights over you. وَلِعَيْنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. Or your body has rights over you. وَلِأَهْلِكَ. Your wife has rights over you. So 4 things. إِنَّ لِرَبِّكَ إِنَّ لِزَوْرِكَ. Your Lord has rights. This is something beyond my ability to fix. So, your Lord has rights over you. Your guest has rights. Your body has rights. And your family has rights. What does this mean? It means that I can be the best businessman in the world. Rich, famous, business meetings, investing money. On the account of what? On the account of my health. Because most businessmen have poor health. And on the account of my social activities, because I'm unable to see my guests, I'm unable to see my relatives and next of kin. On the account of my own family ties, I'm not having good quality time with the children and with the wives. I can be the best religious man, giving da'wah, traveling, making lectures, composing books, good deeds. But on the account of my health, on the account of my wealth, I'm unable to sit 9 to 5 in work or in the office and do business and at the same time give lectures or compose books or pray night prayer and fast. And so there is conflict, so it seems. I can be the best family man. Casanova, Don Juan, with my missus, candle lights, violin, nasheed, halal, Islamic nasheed while having dinner, red roses, and everything. My work, if it jeopardizes me going to salat in the masjid and giving da'wah, if it jeopardizes taking care of my health, this is not good. I can be the best sportsman in the world. Playing soccer, playing rugby, playing hockey, playing tennis, playing anything. I can be good, but this will impact negatively my other responsibilities. Therefore, the happiest man is the person, or the woman, is the person who utilizes his time, knows how to make the best of every moment in the remaining of his life. Because life is running out. Our time is running out, and bi'idhnillah azza wa jal, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we manage to utilize and make the best of our times, that we will find the road and the path to Jannah the easiest. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
Elevate, creating a new narrative.